Hello, and welcome to another episode of Gorgeous Things with the Gay Aristo. Today, we're going to be talking about lords and lordships. What is a lord? Where can you find a lord? How do you address a lord? How do you become a lord? So, if they are not leaping in groups of 10 in a Christmas carol, where are they? That's what we're going to find out today, so come along with me and find out what being a lord is all about. Let's start by defining what is a lord. A lord is defined by the dictionary as a man of high rank or office, a nobleman. The word actually originated in Germany. German tribal chiefs were known as bread keepers, and they provided food for their followers. Lords are normally male. However, you can have female lords. Her Majesty the Queen is actually the Lord of Man. She is the protector of the Isle of Man. And you can have female Lord Mayors of a city. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start by looking at Lord number 1, a peer of the realm. Peers of the realm encompasses dukes, viscounts, earls, marquises and barons, who can all be addressed as my lord, your lordship. This title is usually inherited. You are the son of a lord, and when they pass away, you then become the new lord, which is where you get the 3rd and 4th and 5th earl of such and such. If a lord dies with no son, the hunt is on then for the nearest male living relative. If no male living relative can be found, then unfortunately, the title often dies. Members of the upper house of the UK Parliament, known as the House of Lords, are also lords, and since 1958, females were admitted to the upper chamber, so we now have female members of the House of Lords as well. However, we should probably give it its right title here. The House of Lords is actually known as the Right Honourable, the Lord Spiritual and Temporal of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland in Parliament assembled. There are about 760 members of the House of Lords, some of whom are elected and some of whom are suggested and promoted by the UK government. Often senior cabinet ministers, when they leave their post, are ascended to the House of Lords. And their role is to review the legislation and bills that have been passed by the House of Commons. So that's 2 lords down. Let's get on to Lord number 3. I do think this sounds a bit like an upper crust version of Big Brother, but we shall move on. Next, there are church lords. In the United Kingdom and Commonwealth nations, bishops can be addressed as my Lord Bishop or your Lordship. Lord number 4 are the Lord Lieutenants, and these are Her Majesty's representatives. You may have seen them at civic functions, like wearing a fancy military dress and handing out medals, etc. Their job really is to represent the Queen, and if there is going to be a royal visit to an area, they will liaise with Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace. Next, we come to the Lord of the Manor. The Lord of the Manor is traditionally a landowner or someone who owns a large country estate. They actually originated in Anglo-Saxon times and were part of the feudal system. There were specific laws that regulated how many horses a Lord of the Manor had to keep in order to be ready at a moment's notice to defend the monarch. They doled out local justice in manorial courts and were responsible for keeping order in place of the king. Now, there are no rules today to say how many horses a Lord of the Manor has to keep, and thank goodness for that, because I am in fact a Lord of the Manor. When my husband and I moved to our baby castle in Wales, I became the Lord of Glynbach. Now, I don't have to keep any horses. However, should Her Majesty the Queen ever require it, I'm sure that our 3 dogs would be very happy to defend her right to reign. So moving on at pace and into a home stretch, I'm going to talk quickly through 3 lordships which are really related to high office either in the UK government or in the Commonwealth. The first is the Lord Chancellor, and the Lord Chancellor actually is the Prime Minister. So currently Boris Johnson is the Lord Chancellor. Secondly, we have the Lord of the Privy Seal, who originally was responsible for keeping the monarch's personal seal safe. Now they're a member of the Cabinet Office. And then there is a Lord Mayor of a city, and you've probably heard the most famous one, Dick Whittington, who was the Lord Mayor of London. So I hope you enjoyed Gorgeous Things with the Gay Aristo. But before I go, I want to say something a little bit personal. When I was at school, I was teased and bullied for being gay. People used to shout behind my back in the corridor, "Gay Lord." So I want to say something now to all of those bullies who were so horrid to me back in school. I am a gay lord. I am out and proud as a gay lord. I am the Gay Lord of Glynbach. You've been watching The Gay Aristo, sharing stories of a hidden heritage. If you like what you've seen, please do share. Let me know in the comments what you think, what you'd like me to talk about next, and then hit the bell to make sure you don't miss our next episode. And you can find us on Instagram at Gay Aristo. Take care, be strong, and I'll see you soon.